Every year on April 1st, Japan begins its fiscal and school years with a coordinated nationwide reset. It is the exact moment millions of lives change gears, driven by a calendar that dictates the rhythm of the country. This spring, 140,302 Shin-Shakaijin, new working adults, transitioned from students to full-time employees on the exact same day, an 11% increase over the previous year. To see the scale of this transition, you look to the nushashiki, or entrance ceremonies. Thousands of recruits sit in perfect, silent rows, officially crossing the threshold from the classroom to the corporate office. This occurs because of a custom called Shinsotsu Ikkatsu Saiyō. Rather than hiring for specific roles as they open, Japanese companies recruit entire classes of university graduates en masse, securing their workforce for the year in one single massive wave. April 1st is a highly choreographed day of national assimilation, turning students into corporate citizens overnight. Long before this day, during the job hunt known as shukatsu, students strip away their individuality. They present themselves as a blank slate, ready to be molded by their future employers. There is a rigid aesthetic code, the recruit suit. It requires dark fabrics, white-collared shirts, skin-colored stockings for women, and strictly clean-shaven faces for men. The corporate logic is simple. These recruits aren't hired for specialized skills, but for a comprehensive career track. They are blank slates to be rotated through various departments and trained from the ground up to fit a specific company culture. By the numbers, the system is efficient. In 2025, 98% of Japanese university graduates secured employment before graduation, a rate of placement that is virtually unseen in other major economies. But beneath this appearance of total conformity, the system is showing signs of internal stress the moment these recruits start their first day of work. Within days of the welcome speeches and commemorative photos, a surge of new employees makes a move that was once considered entirely unthinkable. They attempt to quit. They are hiring Taishoku Daiko, professional resignation agencies that new hires pay to quit on their behalf, often just 48 hours into the job. Direct resignation is culturally difficult in Japan, often viewed as a betrayal of one's elders. These agencies act as a shield, handling the legal paperwork and the uncomfortable phone calls, so the employee never has to face their boss. Many turn to these services after realizing they have joined a black company, workplaces notorious for toxic environments or entirely fabricated job descriptions. The attrition is high. More than 30% of these carefully recruited graduates will leave their companies within the first 3 years of employment. In a culture where quitting used to be career suicide, how can these new graduates afford to walk away so easily? The answer is found in the math of a demographic crisis. Japan's population is aging at a rate hollowing out the labor market. People aged 65 and older now make up 29.3% of the total population. This talent desert has left companies desperate for a shrinking pool of young workers. There are now 1.66 job offers for every graduating student. In nursing, the ratio reaches 3.7 and a staggering 4.6 in construction. Top-tier candidates now manage multiple offers, forcing a corporate bidding war a full year before graduation. Major firms are being forced to abandon decades of uniform pay. Some companies have hiked starting salaries by 20%. During that period, companies froze hiring, and a generation of graduates struggled in unstable, low-paying freelance work. Today, the pillar of lifetime employment is fading. 1 in 3 Japanese employees are now openly willing to leave their current company if a better opportunity appears. The system is also facing pressure to address deep-seated inequalities. Japan currently ranks 35th out of 36 OECD nations on the gender pay gap, a metric that large firms are now legally required to disclose. Furthermore, the rigid April hiring cycle is struggling to attract the international talent Japan needs to offset its internal labor shortages. The mass hiring ritual of April 1st is no longer a guaranteed intake for corporations. In a market where labor is this scarce, the era of the blank slate is being replaced by a simple reality. The candidates now hold the leverage.